In less than 10 years, the immensely popular social media app TikTok has skyrocketed to global fame, fueling trends, shaping culture, and stirring controversy.
Yeah, from privacy concerns to political clashes with the U.S. government, the app has been under scrutiny constantly. Our Taylor Bruck is with us now. And Taylor, you've really taken a deep dive on this. Tell us where things stand as of now.
Yeah, after months of threatening a ban, President Donald Trump says a deal with China has been made to keep the app functioning here in the United States. But still the question remains, is TikTok really a threat to national security? I got a chance to scroll through the controversy and break down where things currently stand. Since its launch in 2016, short-form video app TikTok has risen to one of the most popular social media apps in the world. Fueled by its addictive algorithm, the app hosts more than 1.5 billion active users worldwide. What began as music-based fun with the infamous dancing challenges and lip-sync videos has morphed into a platform for culture, commerce, activism, and politics.
Make sure you get through and vote.
But TikTok's success has ignited concerns in Washington. Some lawmakers worry that China's authoritarian government could force ByteDance, the Chinese company that owns TikTok, to share sensitive U.S. user data or manipulate content for influence.
Either there needs to be a firewall with Beijing or TikTok needs to be shut down, in my view. Because right now, it's just a spying app for the Communist Chinese Party.
Last year, Congress passed a law mandating the app divest its U.S. assets to an American buyer or face a nationwide ban, citing national security concerns. In January, the Supreme Court upheld that law, but President Trump has pushed back the divestment deadline 4 times since.
I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok because I won youth by 34 points.
The latest extension last week, when the Trump administration announced a deal with China has been made, but gave no further details.
Companies that love America, so they're going to be owning it.
Still, many Americans wonder, is the sale really necessary?
Is TikTok truly a threat to national security?
It's complicated. TikTok is both a national security threat and not a very significant one. There's no risk to the general user. The main risks are to the more high-profile users, government users, people with classified information.
Scholars like Christopher McKnight-Nichols, an expert in national security at Ohio State University, say all social media platforms collect large amounts of data, so singling out one app isn't reasonable.
There are many other apps out there that are Chinese-owned. Why is TikTok at the center of all this?
Because it's so beloved. It generates so much revenue for people. There are lots and lots of other apps that have the same kinds of data processing, data collection concerns. Many of them are American, and we know that they've also been used against national security interests, such as in the election of 2016, and they're not subject to this ban.
Chad Morning, a cybersecurity professor at Ohio University, says the TikTok debate is less about safety and more about global competition in a fight to control technology.
I don't think anyone would disagree that China is our #1 geopolitical rival at this point. We do not want to give them more influence than we have to.
He says if the app were banned, users would find a workaround. During TikTok's temporary suspension in January, many users flocked to RedNote, another Chinese-owned app.
I think they know better than thinking if they shut it down, the problem's going to go away. I think they know the problem's going to go somewhere else.
Other scholars say the threatened ban may have darker motivations. Edith Dashiell, the director of the E.W. Scripps School of Journalism at Ohio University, says some users think it's about suppressing free speech.
If you weren't sure just how badly U.S. politicians wanted to shut you up and have you fall in line, this is your proof.
There are a lot of people who use TikTok to share their opinions or to share stories that the mainstream media don't cover. And if you can ban it outright or get a U.S. company that you have control over to buy it, then you are controlling the message.
No matter the motivation, these scholars say a sale seems near, but say it still won't fix the data and privacy fears.
The consensus practically amongst all national security experts is that we need better privacy laws, cybersecurity laws, data management laws, data collection and processing and storage laws. So if it's an American company or a British company or a French company, the next day we could still be talking about national security concerns.
And Taylor, has there been any movement toward those security laws and things like that he was just speaking about? Has anyone brought that to the table?
Yeah, so there are a few federal laws right now that regulate specific areas of social media privacy, such as the Federal Trade Commission Act, that allows the FTC to prosecute social media companies for unfair or deceptive acts or practices related to user privacy. But right now, there is no overarching comprehensive national privacy law in the United States. There was the American Privacy Rights Act introduced in Congress in April of last year to try to create a national data privacy standard. It had bipartisan support, but then ultimately was canceled and didn't advance. So these scholars argue that the United States is significantly behind other regions when it comes to data privacy laws for social media. Instead, we have this kind of patchwork of laws from different states, which they argue leads to uneven and inadequate safeguards.
So you reported on the sale of TikTok as well. Where do we stand on that?
Yeah, so everyone's asking about this. President Trump did extend the deadline for a fourth time while the deal is being worked out. The new deadline is December 16th, but the president did say a deal has been reached. He had a call with China's leader last week, September 19th. He wrote on Truth Social that the call was, quote, a very good one, appreciate the TikTok approval, and both look forward to meeting at APEC, but then gave no further details about the deal. The APEC summit is set for the end of October in South Korea. We do know at this point, though, that American investors, including Oracle, Silver Lake, and Andreessen Horowitz, will hold about an 80% stake in TikTok. ByteDance will retain about a 20% minority stake. So it is a waiting game at this point, guys.
Yeah. All right. Our Taylor Bruck reporting for us this morning.
Taylor, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And we will have more on TikTok tomorrow morning, right here on Your Morning on Spectrum News 1, in part 2 of TikTok scrolling through the controversy. Taylor is doing a deep dive into protecting young people on the app.
Yeah, we'll hear from one Ohio family who says they lost their 13-year-old son because of a dangerous challenge circulating the app. Again, that's tomorrow morning, right here on Spectrum News 1. Well, on the surface, social media apps like TikTok look fun and innocent with dances, cooking videos, and harmless pranks.
But beneath the surface, there is a darker side. Our Taylor Bruck joins us now to explain. Hi, Taylor.
Yeah, addictive algorithms, weak age verification, sextortion scams, and dangerous viral challenges have led to injuries and even deaths. So today we're asking, is TikTok doing enough to protect kids and teenagers on the app?
It's been almost 3 years, and it's like yesterday it happened.
April 12th, 2023 is the day Justin Stevens and his mom Diana say they'll never forget.
I miss him so very much.
Justin's only son, Jacob, died unexpectedly. He was just 13 years old.
You can't get past it.
Who do you blame for your son's death?
I firmly believe that TikTok took my son from me.
Justin says his son died of an accidental overdose from Benadryl after participating in the Benadryl challenge that prompted the FDA to put out a warning and contact TikTok in 2020. The goal was to take enough Benadryl to hallucinate. Justin says his son consumed at least 12 pills, causing his body to seize. He was hospitalized brain dead, put on a ventilator, and died 6 days later.
If you've never lived through it, you don't want to live through it.
Jacob's story isn't an anomaly. Parents warn multiple dangerous challenges have popped up on social media in the last 5 years, with injuries and deaths reported worldwide.
I just thought it was little corny videos, people do funny things, laugh, ha ha ha, you know what I mean? I never
thought there'd be a viral challenge saying to take multiple pills of Benadryl.
No, never. Why would you allow that?
Exposure to inappropriate content is just one reason why Ohio University professor Dr. Christine Batt says social media can be dangerous. She says the addictive nature of the apps, cyberbullying, online predators, unrealistic beauty standards, and constant comparison to peers are others.
The algorithms can lead students down very dark paths, towards things like how to restrict their eating, or the potential for attempting or dying by suicide.
Many social media sites in the U.S. require users to be at least 13 years old. But Dr. Batt says many younger children lie about their age to get an account, pointing to ineffective age verification methods.
How can we keep our youth safe?
Parental supervision is crucial. Parents need to know that if they are providing technology to their children, then it is their responsibility to understand the dangers of that technology.
She also recommends parents set firm limits with social media, talk openly with their children, keep phones out of bedrooms, and monitor what they see online, but adds the responsibility can't fall on families alone.
Do you think at this point TikTok is doing enough to protect the youth on the app?
I think there's always more that can be done. I think unless there is legislation that mandates that something be done, it may not be. But every social media company can do more. And they should do more.
A TikTok spokesperson told us the company takes rigorous steps to safeguard the For You feed for teens and the entire community. Any content promoting dangerous behavior violates the community guidelines and will be removed from the platform. TikTok's website states when they receive reports about a dangerous challenge, they investigate, writing sometimes they don't find evidence of a trend, even when warnings are being widely reported.
Do you think it's on the social media companies themselves? Do you think it's on the parents? Do you think it's on the lawmakers? Who do you think is responsible for helping protect our children?
Everybody. It takes a community to raise a kid. Like I said, I accept responsibility. You know what I mean? I every day, I battle with myself on what I could have done, you know, to change it. But it's really out of my hand, you know what I mean?
Memorabilia and memories is all that's left of Jacob Stevens.
Never again to hear, I love you, Dad. I love you, Mom. You know what I mean? Never again will I hear that from him. You know, and it's hard.
But his family is hopeful the loss of his life wasn't in vain, praying every day it leads to lasting change.
If getting this out to other parents and other grandparents that'll save one of your children, that's all we want. I just want somebody to help.
This is heartbreaking. So they mentioned legislation. Is there anything being done federally or here in Ohio to address social media safety for young people?
Yeah, so right now, guys, there is no overarching federal law regulating social media verification. More and more states, though, are looking to enact laws to regulate social media. In Ohio specifically, Representative Melanie Miller recently introduced House Bill 226. It's called the App Store Accountability Act. This would require app stores to get parental consent before anyone under 16 can download or buy apps. Just 2 years ago, Governor Mike DeWine signed the Social Media Parental Notification Act. That would have required social media and gaming sites to get parental permission before letting any Ohioan younger than 16 onto their platforms. But this ended up being ruled unconstitutional by a judge, saying that it violated the First Amendment. So this is what legislation is running into. It's facing some legal troubles and therefore is not keeping up with the ever-evolving technology.
Yeah, so for parents who maybe want to take this into their own hands, maybe if there's not legislation, what can they do right now, specifically on TikTok, to make sure that they know what their kids are looking at or maybe even attempting in like a challenge like we talked about?
So you know there are so many apps, right? They need to have the apps themselves, basically. They need to go through the apps, look at those safety resources, because there are actually a lot of great safety features, especially on TikTok. TikTok's website has a whole safety center that you can go to where you can learn about your privacy and safety controls. The Family Online Safety Institute is another great resource. It's called FOSSI. They have information divided up app by app. There's also a social media contract on there that parents can download. That way you can create rules with your children together so that it feels more like teamwork rather than like the parents always being the bad guy, right? And so that is available at FOSSI.org. They know that technology is ever evolving. There's more and more popping up. They want everyone to be informed users of it.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of parents as well kind of coming together with other parents at school to say, hey, we're all going to wait. We're going to come together and say we're all going to wait until this time in order to let your kids have a cell phone, have social media. That way they can't say, well, all of my friends have it. I'm now being left out, and kind of create that united front across all parents to prevent stuff like this.
It's really important.
Yeah. All right, Taylor, thank you so much. And coming up tomorrow in part 3 of TikTok, Scrolling Through the Controversy, Taylor is going to be looking at how the app is influencing the influencers. We'll explore the rise of social media careers and see how content creators have navigated the uncertainty of TikTok's future this past year.
That is coming up tomorrow right here on Spectrum News 1.
All right, we continue our series of TikTok scrolling through the controversy this morning. I have a question for you. What did you, when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to do this. I'm very blessed. I am very, very blessed.
Living
How about you?
the dream.
I am. How about you?
Eventually, when I got a little bit older, it was this.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I probably wanted to be like a pop star or something.
Well,
look at my little Britney Spears mic.
All right, there you go.
But today, a lot of kids, they want to be influencers. They want to chase that fame and fortune on social media.
It's wild. A survey shows more than half of young people, well, they do want to be influencers. Taylor Brooks shows us why. Taylor, good morning.
Hey, good morning. TikTok has become the new career launchpad where even everyday people like ourselves can turn likes into a living. I found some creators in our state to get a first-hand look at how social media has influenced the influencers.
From viral dances to now viral paychecks.
Here's exactly how much TikTok's paid me.
The popular social media app TikTok is changing the way younger generations work.
If you've been thinking about doing it, this is your sign to just start.
From brand partnerships and promoting products to creator programs to even just views on videos, more users have been finding ways to monetize their content.
I'm out here downtown Columbus, Ohio.
Mitchell Bienvenu started his journey in 2019.
TikTok is my favorite social media app. People laugh on TikTok. People can fall in love on TikTok. People can cry on TikTok.
The 28-year-old got his start posting videos working on yachts in Florida. Now he lives in Ohio and found a new niche.
I just started posting things to do around Columbus and Ohio as a whole.
Post after post and follow after follow, he realized his content could become his career.
So it's a beautiful day here in Columbus, Ohio.
6 years in, he now works with hundreds of brands and has hundreds of thousands of followers, making more money per month than he ever has.
What's an example of what somebody could make doing social media full-time, specifically TikTok?
The potential is kind of unlimited. There's creators who are making 7 figures a month. Yeah, like there is, but no, for me, like I've done north of 10,000 in a month off of just social media.
For another Ohio creator, Gloria Angelou, it's a similar situation. Formerly known as the Pickle Lady, she has more than 1 million followers on the app for her unreserved personality and pickle reviews.
Goldfish dropped their spicy dill flavor. Spicy dill pickle flavor.
I'll do anything except sweet pickles. I'm not about that life. I'm not
you don't like the sweet Gershkins?
I know. Blasphemy.
At times, she said she's made 6 figures from the app.
Shout out to the Pickle Posse.
But still doesn't fully rely on it.
No, because like I said, I did not put all my eggs in one basket. My foundation isn't in TikTok or any social media.
Still, the success they've had is part of what's driving a new work trend for younger generations. Polling shows about 57% of Gen Z adults and 41% of all U.S. adults have a desire to be influencers.
Being a full-time teen content creator.
But just like life, social media platforms ebb and flow. Even TikTok's future has constantly been in question the past year, a main reason why Angelou says she doesn't rely on it, and something Bienvenu had to adapt to.
I'm on everything: Snapchat, Spotlight, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Facebook. I can't just like not show up to, work tomorrow. And my work is like, posting content. So I was like, I just got to do it somewhere else.
No matter what apps are here to stay, the creators say they're aiming to build brands that regardless will find a way.
As long as you are true to yourself and true to what you're doing, your people will come. Your people will find you.
All right, and so for people who are, I know, so much money they're making. That made us laugh a lot. Hopefully it made you guys laugh too. For people who want to get into this, or like maybe they're nervous to try, what is the easiest way that you found to make money on TikTok?
Listen, Alexa, if I knew, I'd be doing it. No, I'm just kidding. There are plenty of ways. So you can get money just from views on videos. So if your videos can go massively viral, right, that's a way to make money. If you have 10,000 followers, you can be part of what's called the Creator Rewards Program, where you get rewarded for posting quality content that's a minute plus. You can also get brand deals. A lot of creators say they're making their most money with this because brands often have pretty high budgets. You can also go live at any time of the day. If people like you, they're going to send you gifts basically for free. It's like free money. So that's a really great way. You can go sing for people, go talk to people. It's really interesting. You can also do TikTok Shop. This is where you can promote products. If your video goes viral, like that girl right there is doing, and people use your link to buy it, that's commission in your pocket. So that's pretty good. You can start that with 0 followers right now. And then also there's a lot of small businesses around the world using TikTok to promote their own products, telling them to go to their own websites. There are 7 million US businesses active on the app. So you can see what this app is doing just for visibility for your own personal brand as well as these small businesses.
Wow. So if I'm trying to get in on the action, you know what I mean? What's the trick to getting all these followers?
Yeah, Taylor, you have a great following on social media.
No, I got a decent following. Thank you all for anyone out there who follows me. But just from personal experience, and these people, they told me that authenticity and relatability, right? You just have to post what's authentic to you. These people said that they started off by doing things that they thought people would like pranks and the lip sync or dancing challenges. Once they started posting things that really felt authentic to them, that's when their platforms blew up. So they said lean into that cringe and just start, okay? And then consistency is key. It's really just trial and error.
I've seen a gentleman that does his 9 to 5.
Yeah.
He just drives, takes out his laptop, works.
It can
like
become a
normal
side
day.
hustle for you too. It's a great way to make extra money while you still have your another job, right? It can become a side hustle for you. So if anyone's interested, give it a try.
All right. Yeah, there's the tips.
Yeah.
Relatable Taylor.
Taylor.
And authentic. Taylor,
Thank you so much.